Zig, Zog and Zara were returning home to Zoya after their latest successful adventure on the planet Juvenescence. Due to a very heavy meteor storm, Zara redirected their craft, making sure to avoid any danger. This took them to the outer spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, where they could see the sun illuminating the planet Earth.
What a beautiful sight,
Zig remarked.
Oh yes, beautiful,
agreed Zog and Zara. With the meteor storm looking slightly alarming, Zara suggested, for safety reasons as stated in the Universal Code of Space Travel, they should land on the planet until the storm had completely passed. Zara asked Zog to contact the wise Zed and inform him of their plans. Zed replied, saying,
"Thank you for letting me know. Keep safe and have a lovely time."
All three Spacelings had acquired a good knowledge of galactic plane in which the planet Earth is located, while having lessons at the Academy. Zog, looking for instructions, asked Zara,
"Where shall we land?"
Zara thought for a moment and said,
"Well, I would really love to go to France and see Paris."
Zig quickly spoke up excitedly.
Could we go and see some polar bears while we're here?
Zog, with even more excitement in his voice, said,
"How about rockhopper penguins? I would really love to see them."
Zara spoke up.
"Well, we don't have much time to visit all three places. Polar bears live in the Arctic, which is in the far north. And rockhopper penguins live from Chile to New Zealand, just north of Antarctica, which is in the far south."
Both Zig and Zog were slightly disappointed, but agreed it would be wonderful to visit Paris. Zara asked the Universal Translation Monitor for some simple phrases which may help them in France. And within seconds the translation monitor spoke.
Number 1. Numéro 1. In French, as in all universal languages, politeness counts, and by learning to say merci, in other words, thank you, you can express gratitude and appreciation. Number 2. Numéro 2. The correct response to someone thanking you is "you're welcome" or "de rien." De rien. Number 3. Numéro 3. The word no in French is almost the same as in English, so that's easy. Non. And the word for yes is oui.
Zig, looking at Zara, said,
Oui? Really? Number 4. Numéro 4. When you want to say please, you say s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. Number 5. Numéro 5. Do you speak English? Parlez-vous anglais? Parlez-vous anglais? Number 6. Numéro 6. Can we go sightseeing? Pouvons-nous faire du tourisme? Number 7. Numéro 7. I would like to buy a beret. Je voudrais acheter un béret. Number 8. Numéro 8. I would like to eat. Je voudrais manger. Number 9. Numéro 9. It's nice to meet you. Enchanté de vous rencontrer. And number 10. Numéro 10. Hello, we are the Spacelings. Bonjour, nous sommes les Spacelings.
The monitor ended by saying,
Have a safe and enjoyable stay.
Zig entered the coordinates, while Zog made the final checks. Then Zara gave the all-clear for a safe landing into Paris. Once they had landed safely, Zig asked,
Can we find somewhere to get something to eat? I could really do with a bowl of moonflakes with Zoya goat yogurt.
After stopping at a small boutique to buy 3 berets, they found a small cafe and entered. Almost immediately, the restaurateur, Monsieur Maurice, recognized the Spacelings and said,
Oh la la! Bonjour! Bienvenue! You are the Spacelings, no?
Oui, Nous sommes les Spacelings.
Zara replied. Monsieur Maurice continued.
I have seen many of your Beamer Vision concerts. It is an honor to have you as guests at my cafe.
Merci, Monsieur Maurice.
Said Zara, speaking for all three Spacelings.
The honor is all ours.
Maurice asked,
I can get you something to eat, no?
Could I have a bowl of moonflakes with Zoya goat yogurt, please?
Unfortunately, we do not have such a thing anywhere in Paris. But we do have some wonderful escargot.
What is that?
inquired Zog.
It's snails.
Maurice remarked proudly.
Snails.
Zig groaned.
Oui, they are wonderful. But if you would like to see our speciality, we also have cuisse de grenouille.
That sounds interesting. What is it?
Zog asked excitedly. Maurice stated with pride.
Cuisse de grenouille is a wonderful dish of frog's legs.
Frogs' legs.
Zig sounded shocked and surprised and continued.
Don't they kick the snails off the plate?
Aha, Zig has his little joke, no? Zig, you are a saucisse soppy.
Replied Maurice.
What is a saucisse soppy?
Zig asked.
In English, how do you say you are a soppy sausage?
Wee!
Zig smirked. Zara, interrupting, said,
I think we'll all just have some orange juice and fresh fruit, if that's okay. And then we'll go sightseeing.
Of course, it would be my pleasure,
replied Maurice.
and I will be very happy to show you around Paname.
We'd rather see Paris.
exclaimed Zog. Maurice explained.
I am sorry, Zog. I should explain. Paname is what some of us local people call Paris.
A short while later, Maurice and all three Spacelings set off on their tour. They soon arrived at the Eiffel Tower.
What a wonderful tower!
Zara said, speaking for all three Spacelings. Maurice, with pride, stated,
The Eiffel Tower is named after the engineer Gustave Eiffel. It is the most visited monument for which people pay to enter in the world. There are 1,665 steps, but most people take the elevator, or l'ascenseur in French.
Maurice continued.
Would you like to take the stairs or l'ascenseur?
Merci, but we will fly.
replied Zara. All three Spacelings took to the air and flew to the top of the tower, hollering, Maurice, seeing them fly to the top and looking slightly worried, remarked,
Oh la la!
After reaching the top of the tower and admiring the most amazing views of Paris, much to Maurice's delight, the Spacelings slowly returned to the ground safely. Maurice gathered his breath and remarked,
So you know of our French adventure novel, The Three Musketeers?
Oh yes,
said Zara.
we loved the book, and we now use the motto, all for one and one for all, ourselves.
Zig joined in.
We loved the idea that no matter what and how much trouble the Musketeers were in, there was no member that should be left behind, and every member is always there for the others,
Zog continued.
Which makes them an unstoppable force when they're together.
Maurice, now full of French pride, suggested they head off to visit the Louvre Museum. On arrival, he explained,
The Louvre Museum is the world's largest art museum, and today contains more than 380,000 objects and displays 35,000 works of art.
The Spacelings were amazed by the amount of beautiful artwork in the museum. Zog asked Maurice,
Why is the Mona Lisa smiling?
Because she is in Louvre.
Maurice joked.
You are a soppy sausage.
Zig smirked.
We should now visit the Louvre Pyramid, which is in the main courtyard of the Louvre Palace. It is a large glass and metal pyramid and is surrounded by three smaller pyramids. It has become a landmark of the city.
They all agreed that it was an architectural marvel.
How do they clean a pyramid shape with all that glass?
Zara asked. Morris knowingly resumed.
In the early days, mountaineers were actually hired to scale the pyramid and clean the glass. But in the 1990s, a robot was designed to do the job.
We could fly over it and clean it for them.
Zig giggled. Maurice, now showing signs of tiredness, said,
But before we go back, there is one more thing I would like you to see. We should go to the Arc de Triomphe, which is one of the world's best-known commemorative monuments.
The Spacelings were once again amazed by the beauty of the Arc de Triomphe and shouted to Maurice. It was now time for everyone to go back to the cafe to recuperate. Maurice suggested,
We should come back this evening so you can see these wonderful places by night.
Just at that moment, all three visibands sounded to alert the Spacelings that the meteor storm had passed. Zara suggested,
Before we leave, we really should see Paris by night.
Zig and Zog agreed wholeheartedly. Zig added,
It's a real shame we never got to see the polar bears, but Paris really is wonderful.
Arriving at the Eiffel Tower, it looked even more stunning than during the day, and all three Spacelings shouted,
Ooh la la!
They continued being amazed at the sight of Paris sparkling through the night sky.
Polar bears and penguins in our video.
Well, I asked Susie in special effects to put them in for you.
Oh, thank you.
It was finally time to say merci to Maurice and head back to their craft. As they were leaving, Zig piped up,
If there was a polar bear here in the cafe, do you know where he would sit?
Where?
Zog and Zara asked in unison.
Anywhere it wants to.
Zig chuckled.
You are a saucisse socky.
They both replied, laughing. A short while later, they returned to their craft. Zig powered up, whilst Zog entered the coordinates for the return to their planet Zoya. Zara coordinated the final checks, then gave the all-clear signal for liftoff. Once comfortably on their way, Zara messaged the Great Wise Z to let him know they were on their way home, and they would tell him all about the wonderful time they had in Paris on their return.
Love to you all.
Zig, Zog,
And Zara.